A decision has been made in the transfer of a long-standing hospital and FSU.
On behalf of Florida State University students, I want you to know that we're excited about this next chapter for FSU Health, Tallahassee Memorial Healthcare, and our city.
Why the approval was met with support and concern. A pay raise is coming to the Tallahassee Police Department. The reason commissioners say they approved the $9 million contract. And lawmakers want to bring back a program that helps locate missing people with disabilities.
The ability to be able to pinpoint somebody's location with whatever device they choose to use, whatever tracking device that they have on them, can really make a huge difference.
The device, supporters believe, can save lives.
This is your Fox 49 News at 10.
Good evening. We have a lot of news in store for you tonight, but before we get to it all, let's toss it over to Chief Meteorologist Alan Strum. Now, Alan, the weather has been a big topic of concern today. Could we be expecting any rain chances in our area?
Hey, Melanie. Yeah, I want to show you what's going on here. First off, locally, nothing happening at this hour right now, but we've got some morning rain that's going to be moving through the area. And as we look at radar imagery and look back toward the west, you can see what's going on. We've got a lot of alerts here as you look at Louisiana and Mississippi, even spilling into Alabama late tonight. These yellow zones, these are tornado watch areas, and then we've got some individual tornado warnings out ahead of this line. So it's a strong line of thunderstorms prompting some of those alerts. So far there's been at least one tornado report out of Louisiana, but all that is marching this way toward Tallahassee and the Big Bend. So as we time it hour by hour, here it is at 6 a.m., getting closer to the area, and then really moving through at about 7, 8, 9 o'clock tomorrow morning is what we expect. Now, the good news is we're not expecting it to move through with the same force that it has right now. So tomorrow morning, as this rainy weather moves through, should have some thunder and lightning, but we're not expecting the severe level threat that they're seeing back toward the west. Of course, a storm can always reach severe limits, become strong in the area, and we'll look out for that. But temperatures still very warm at this hour. But as we head through the day tomorrow, we're expecting a cool down behind a cold front. So the rain moves in tomorrow morning first thing, and then the cold air continues to move in throughout the day. So instead of these hot highs like we've been having, looks like highs tomorrow will be in the upper 60s.
A major move by a major player in Tallahassee healthcare. City commissioners voted today to approve a $480 million transfer of Tallahassee Memorial Healthcare to Florida State University. This will create a new academic health center, but the vote did not come without debate. Fox 49's Jayla Howard was at City Hall as commissioners made their final decision.
Today's vote marks a major shift in what city leaders call one of Tallahassee's most important public assets. After hours of discussions, commissioners voted 3-2, approving the transfer of Tallahassee Memorial Healthcare Hospital to Florida State University.
The decision came after a lengthy meeting filled with public comment and debate among commissioners. Mayor John Daly filed the original motion, seconded by Mayor Pro Tem Curtis Richardson, as he expressed a number of benefits to come from this transfer.
It strengthens Tallahassee's role as the regional center for healthcare, education, and research.
But not every commissioner was ready to move forward. Commissioner Jeremy Matlow and Jack Porter both voted against the measure, saying too many details about the deal remain unclear, both supporting a substitute motion that failed on a 3-2 vote.
I haven't seen anything, no plan, none of the definitive agreements, nothing. How could I possibly move forward?
Community members also filled City Hall to voice their opinions during public comment, with some expressing excitement about the transfer.
On behalf of Florida State University students, I want you to know that we're excited about this next chapter for FSU Health, Tallahassee Memorial Healthcare, and our city.
And others, including members of the NAACP of Tallahassee, calling for more transparency before moving forward.
So if something is in the red that has not been completed, and merely because something is in the black that's supposed to be completed, it may get changed, and the public may never get an opportunity to look at that.
At the end of the day, the transfer was approved, with Commissioners Williams, Cox, Richardson, and Mayor Daly voting in favor.
And that we're going to start today towards creating an academic medical health center that will provide for adequate, better than adequate health care, not only in the city of Tallahassee, but in this region. It is time for North Florida to become healthier.
With the vote now approved, the transfer is expected to move forward, though no one is talking about exactly what steps it will take to officially turn TMH into an academic medical center operated through FSU.
There is still no clear date on when this transfer will become official. In Tallahassee, Jayla Howard, your Fox 49 News.
Now, while the vote is final, the NAACP says it plans to continue pushing for additional transparency as the transfer process moves forward. Last night, we asked you what you thought about the proposal to consolidate Leon County and the city of Tallahassee's governments. That poll closed just before our newscast tonight. 57% of those voting saying no, they do not support the move. 43% saying yes, they do. Tallahassee police officers will soon get a boost in pay for protecting our streets. The Tallahassee City Commission approved a pay raise late today for officers with the Tallahassee Police Department. As Fox 49's Courtney DeWallaby reports, this measure passed with a 4-1 vote.
Yes, it did. This afternoon, the Tallahassee City Commissioners approved a 3-year, $9 million contract with the aim of attracting and keeping more officers on the Tallahassee police force.
Competitive pay is very important when it comes to public safety due to the more police officers you have, the more enforcement you can do, and pay helps us get more police officers.
Union leaders painted this decision as one vital to the safety and security of Tallahassee. The new contract would bump pay for starting officers from $60,000 a year up to $71,000. Sergeants would start at $101,000, $10,000 more than they currently make. And lieutenants would go from $109,000 to $120,000. But not everyone agreed with some of the terms in the new police contract. Commissioner Jack Porter cast the lone vote against, saying the deal gives police too much discretion in personnel matters.
It is a non-starter for me that we approve a contract where the police chief has sole discretion. If an officer has tested positive for a controlled substance, that in their discretion, they can choose to violate city policy, which is a zero-tolerance policy for drugs. I'm not comfortable with that.
And Porter wasn't the only one raising concerns. Delilah Peer, president of the Tallahassee Community Action Committee, was the only public speaker to address commissioners in opposition.
Giving police officers more money, officers, sergeants, everyone else more money, isn't going to solve the problems of crime in Tallahassee. Only a proactive approach to solving poverty will. Despite those concerns, Commissioners Richardson, Matlow, and Williams-Cox joined Mayor Daley in voting for the new contract, calling it a much-needed vote of confidence in Tallahassee's officers who serve and protect.
I disagree with a lot of the comments that were made. It is very important that we stay competitive, especially in the law enforcement field. I'm proud of TPD. I'm proud of the job that TPD does. Proud to work with you each and every day. Keep up the great work.
With the vote officially approved, the new agreement will remain in place for the next 3 years before negotiations happen again. In Tallahassee, I'm Courtney DeWallaby, your Fox 49 News.
And as we mentioned, this new contract will raise the starting salary for Tallahassee police officers to $71,000. Also today, Tallahassee City Commissioners made a big decision on the future of a prime piece of downtown real estate. Commissioners voted 4-1 to approve the $11 million sale of 5 acres of downtown property near Cascade Park for a new housing and hotel project. The 908 Group, which has developed other downtown properties before, made a proposal for a $170 million complex on the site. Earlier this week, one city commissioner told Fox 49 he considered the deal a net positive for Tallahassee for the new housing it would provide. Diane Williams-Cox cast the only dissenting vote. Tonight, there is new hope for some families who are searching for missing loved ones. Florida lawmakers are working to bring back a program designed to quickly locate people with autism and other disabilities who wander. Fox 49's Nick Carmia reports supporters say it's about giving law enforcement a faster way to respond when somebody goes missing.
When somebody with a cognitive disability wanders, searches can stretch for hours, days, or even weeks. Now, lawmakers want to take a tracking program called Project Leo statewide, with the goal of finding people before a bad situation turns worse.
Minutes can mean life or death.
Catherine Zanko of FSU's Center for Autism and Related Disabilities asks us to imagine having a loved one run off with no clue as to where they went. She says that's what many parents of those with autism sometimes face. That's why she says Project Leo can save lives. It puts a tracking bracelet, sort of like a smartwatch, on a person at risk of wandering and helps law enforcement track them the way we can track a lost phone. Now, a new proposal would expand Project Leo's tracking through Florida's Centers for Autism and Related Disabilities.
Every year we have incidences where autistic people, autistic children, or adults, with one kind of disorder or another, are found drowned. This legislation will provide a way to prevent that from happening and hopefully save lives.
The so-called CARD centers, which operate out of 4 state universities, would receive $250,000 to purchase personal search and rescue devices. Those devices would go from county sheriff's offices to those considered at high risk of wandering, hopefully giving families a little peace of mind.
And so the ability to be able to pinpoint somebody's location with whatever device they choose to use, whatever tracking device that they have on them, can really make a huge difference.
Zenko says counties across Florida use different tracking technologies, so some devices require training, monthly monitoring costs, or battery replacements, which means the rollout could vary by county. In Tallahassee, Nick Carmia, your Fox 49 News.
Universities and sheriff's offices would still need to work out eligibility, training, and ongoing monitoring costs before devices are in the public's hands. Have you ever gotten an unusual text or email and thought, is this a scam? Well, there's a workshop to keep you and your information safe. It's called Safe Sense. The free workshop, organized by Leon County, is designed to help you navigate the internet safely, confidently, and at your own pace. Participants will learn how to recognize scams, secure your phones and accounts, and understand AI. The workshop will be on Thursday, March 26th at 11:30 a.m. at the Leroy Collins Leon County Main Library. Lunch will also be served for those who attend. For more information, including how to reserve your spot, go to our website, fox49.tv. The link will be in this story. Florida's Lieutenant Governor is firing back at California Governor Gavin Newsom following an exchange on social media. It all began with this post from Governor Newsom's press office. It reads, quote, Hegseth blowing $93 billion of taxpayer dollars in 1 month. This comes after reports say Hegseth's Defense Department spent millions on different things, like a new iPad and even $7 million worth of lobster tail. Collins defended the purchases, saying the meals helped the military when they were in combat.
Those warriors, those warfighters downrange, they deserve to go into combat with morale at an all-time high. So Pete, please feed them steak, lobster tails. Just bring some brisket too, please.
The exchange comes as Collins campaigns for governor of Florida, while Newsom continues to be a frequent critic of Republican leaders on national issues. Neither Newsom's office nor Secretary Hegseth immediately responded to Collins' remarks. Governor DeSantis continues celebrating America's 250th anniversary with another unveiling of what he calls great Americans in history. Today, while visiting White Springs in Hamilton County, he unveiled a new statue of founding father Alexander Hamilton. Hamilton was an American founding father, a statesman, and the first U.S. secretary. He was also the primary author of the Federalist Papers.
Hamilton is cited to this day in those essays on executive power, on judicial power, on how to amend the Constitution, on what the stakes of the debate were. All these things, many of his essays have been very, very famous.
Hamilton marks the 5th statue to be unveiled. DeSantis has also honored James Monroe, Frederick Douglass, Thomas Jefferson, and George Washington. Spring break is coming up, and one school district has an important message for their students. The leaders that came together to spread the word about safety coming up.
You're watching your Fox 49 News at 10 with Melanie Levy and meteorologist Alan Strom.
With spring break right around the corner, Leon County school leaders are working to make sure students stay safe. They took their message directly to students this week, reminding them to keep safety at the top of mind while enjoying their time off next week. Fox 49 News reporter James Hill met with the superintendent of Leon County this evening to learn how the school district is teaching their message of safety to students at local high schools. And James, he showed up to one of the high schools today.
That's right, Melanie, and the superintendent, Rocky Hanna, says he hopes his message of safety will translate to the students around Leon County so they can maintain safety over the spring break holiday period.
Leon County school leaders went back to high school today for an assembly. The goal? Maintaining safety during spring break.
Just to talk to them about two things. One, making good decisions. Two, the consequences of making poor decisions.
He found a receptive audience among this group at Lawton Childs High School.
We've had kids, unfortunately, that have made some poor decisions this year and were arrested and expelled from school. And the consequences for those individuals by making those poor choices is very severe and will follow them for a large portion of their life.
Jimmy Williams, Leon County's Chief of Safety, Security, and Emergency Management, says repeating the message of awareness and vigilance can help the class of 2026 enjoy their high school spring break together.
Today was all about prevention and making good choices. And then consequences when bad choices are made.
Leon County Superintendent Rocky Hanna says campus visits include Leon High, Rickards, Godby, Sale, and even Lincoln after spring break. School leaders say the lessons they are sharing with students is a different kind of lesson than they teach in books.
So this gives us an opportunity just to let the kids know how much we love them, how much we appreciate them, how much we're there to help protect them and support them. But a lot of it's incumbent upon them also to act as young adults, to show some maturity and to make the right choices for them.
In Leon County, spring break runs March 16th through the 20th. Live in the newsroom, I'm James Hill with your Fox 49 News.
First warning weather. Here is Chief Meteorologist Alan Strom.
All dry late tonight, but do plan for some rain to move through tomorrow morning. Check out where it is now. I'll show you where the worst of the weather is. It's rumbling through areas of Louisiana and Mississippi. In fact, where you see these red polygons, those are individual tornado warnings where there's more of an imminent danger. The larger yellow zones are tornado watch zones, and we've got it both here on the map. So late tonight, they've got a severe weather threat. It is expected to get weaker by the time it gets into our area, so we'll hope that continues to be the case and that does play out like that. But they're looking out for some bad weather. They're back toward the west here late tonight while it's dry around here. Let me run timing with our Futurecast again so you can see at 6 o'clock in the morning. That's when the storms will likely be approaching the area. This is an estimate of when and where. It's our model just trying to give a best idea of what to expect. But there you have it, hour by hour. So, 6, 7, 8, 9 a.m. is when we have our best chance for rain. And then as we head toward 11 should be out of the area and moved on, and at that point breezy weather takes over and some cooler air moves in, and it will be considerably cooler as we take it through the day. Severe weather outlook including a 2 out of 5, a level 2 to the west. Getting close to our area, but as we look ahead to tomorrow, it is a level 1 out of 5. So just lets us know that, hey, a strong to severe storm may pop within those areas. Rainfall amounts, we might end up with a ½ of an inch. We could use it around here. These numbers may be a little bit on the low side, but we're definitely hoping for a bit of rain. Another hot one today with those temperatures way up there, just missing the record high for today. But tomorrow, that cooler air comes into the area. So highs tomorrow will just be in the upper 60s. That rain, though, is first thing in the morning. Looks dry and nice on Friday. The weekend so far looking good. We do have a chance for rain on Sunday, though, just 40%. And we've got another cold front next week.
The Warner Hyundai Tallahassee 500 is back and bigger than ever. Rebates up to $15,000. Rates as low as 0%. No payments for up to 6 months. Werner Hyundai is the #1 volume Hyundai dealer in Tallahassee year after year. Drive the brand new Hyundai Elantra for $219 a month or Tucson for $289 a month. Nobody beats a Werner Hyundai deal. Nobody. It's the Werner Hyundai Tallahassee 500. Come visit us at wernerhyundai.com.
History is being made this weekend at Doak Campbell Stadium. The details behind the first ever professional bull riders in Tallahassee coming up. For the first time in its history, professional bull riders are bucking into Tallahassee. For 2 nights only, some of the best bull riders in the world will compete at Doak Campbell Stadium. Big names are expected to hit the stage like Miranda Lambert, who will perform this Saturday, and John Party on Friday. Tickets are still available, but spots are limited, so secure your tickets soon. The festivities begin at 7:45 p.m.